Oh yeah.
Vamos a celebrar que ya llegó. The moment is now, vacílalo. Dale play y suscríbete, let's go. Voyage of the Santa Marias. Voyage of the Santa Marias. Voyage of the Santa Marias. Oh, 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 oh.
What's up, Voyagers?
Hello.
Welcome back. We've had 2 awesome days in Miami so far, completely filled with culture and food and exploration. We wanted to continue that theme a little bit more. We're actually in downtown Miami right now, trying to avoid the rain as much as possible. Right now, we are on our way to the Bayside Marina. We're gonna be walking towards the water. There's some shops over there, restaurants over there, there's a few bars over there. Just get the opportunity to walk around and just soak things in. A little bit more of a chill vibe. Let's enjoy the walk. It's like a big outdoor mall. They got a lot of market stalls, a lot of clothing, a lot of accessories, a lot of things that you can just walk around, take a look at and buy. They got jewelry, they got hats, they got like wigs, they got toys, but it's right on the waterfront. Really cool view, cool vibes. Everybody's just walking around chilling. All right, so when you walk to the north side of the Bayside Marina, the marketplace, you're gonna come across this place, the FTX Arena. That's where the Miami Heat play. But you'll never catch me in there unless the Knicks are playing, because I am a New York Knicks fan for life. New York Knicks, baby. But anyway, this is where Miami Heat play. So we left the Bayside Marketplace, hopped in a Lyft, and headed over to Brickell City Centre. Bayside Marketplace, it was cool, but just not really our vibe. Yeah, like I said, if you want to walk around, cool, but other than that, not really much for us. So
yeah, it's like a lot of fast food, and we're not really into fast food. But it's still like, it's by the bay, so there's a lot of yachts and a lot of boats there, so it's still really nice.
Now we're at the Brickell City Centre. The shopping center here has actually not even been around for more than, I think it's 4 years. It's in the middle of downtown Brickell area, next to all the sky-rise buildings, and there's a bunch of restaurants around. So yeah, we're gonna walk around, check it out over here, see what the vibe is over in this part of Miami.
Oh yeah.
Sephora?
So if you notice, there's a red lipstick that I use. I use that all the time. It's the only one that I use. I even used it at our wedding, and it's Heather's by Anastasia. So whenever I can get it, I just grab one to make sure I have a backup, always. So, I love Sephora, but there isn't one in the UK. There used to be one a long time ago and they closed it down. I'm not sure why. Maybe you can let us know in the comments down below. But yeah, so whenever I go to any country in Europe or even come back to the US, I always try and stop in Sephora and get the basics for me. Heather's from Anastasia is one of the things that I use all the time, so I try to stock up on it, and now that we're traveling full time, I just like to keep one extra one and then the one that I'm currently using.
We've been walking around for a little bit now and getting a little bit hungry.
A little bit?
Yeah, so
I'm very hungry.
Yeah, I think there's a Thai spot that is in the city center here that we're gonna go check out. So we're gonna walk around, try to find it, and get some grub on.
Change of plans.
Change of plans. So we saw a Cuban restaurant which looked absolutely amazing, and we decided to put our name down on the list, and we're going to be back there in 20 minutes. Because guys, I mean, look, we're in Miami. If we're going to be in Miami, we might as well eat Cuban food. So I know we had a purely authentic Cuban food tour yesterday, but can't get enough Cuban food when you're in Miami.
And we haven't had fancy Cuban food, so we'll do some fancy Cuban food, compare them, and let you know. So it's a regular mojito, but with guava in it. I love guava, it's super sweet. Let's see how it is. Oh, that's delicious.
Of course, when we're at a Cuban place or anywhere that has croquetas,
if it's on the menu, we're ordering it. Let's see. These are good. These are similar from the ones that we had at Versailles, which I loved, and way better than the ones that we had at Guantanamera, which I was so disappointed with, but these are good. And then the cilantro sauce, now that is really good.
what'd you get?
So I got the lechon. So lechon means pork. So it's pretty much pernil with chicharron, and you got fries. And it also came with two sides. So rice and beans is considered one side, and then I got maduros.
And then I got myself a Cuban fried rice. Comes with eggs, plantains, some peas, onions, and there's some bacon in there as well. There's some shrimp in it too. Forgot about that. Has a very Latin Asian vibe to it. And I love Latin food and I love Asian food. So put it together, I'm in heaven.
Mine is good. The pork is a little bit dry. However, I asked for some mojo. Mojo is, it's like a sauce. Usually it's a marinade that you marinate like pork in or things like that, but it's just a sauce with a lot of citrus and a lot of garlic. If you add that to anything, it's absolutely delicious. So although it's a little bit dry with the mojo, it's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what do you have there?
I got myself a cafe bonbon. If you guys have never tried this before, I highly recommend it. Usually it comes from Spain, but this is Cuban style, so it's Cuban coffee with condensed milk, so it's extremely sweet. Not something you should be drinking every single day, but hey, whenever you have the opportunity to try it, highly recommend it. Make sure you have to stir it as much as possible.
What's the verdict?
So it's definitely not as good as the Spanish version, which is probably about equal parts coffee to condensed milk. This is probably 3 parts coffee to milk. Strong coffee, but get it in Spain. All right, so it's a wrap for Brickell. It's a wrap for downtown Miami. I think hopefully, again, if weather permits, tomorrow we'll be able to go down to South Beach and you know, check out what the popular Miami is known for. But you know, one of the things that we do really want to reiterate is that South Beach is not Miami. Miami is not South Beach. It's a part of Miami, but I think too many people associate South Beach with being Miami. And you know, a lot of what we wanted to do over the course of the past few videos was just really show you guys all of the other things that there is to explore in this city, because it's a damn cool city. Man, Miami's a vibe.
Yes. We almost forgot. So we meant to tell you what was better, the authentic Cuban food, the fancy Cuban food. Hands down, the authentic Cuban food by a mile. The croquetas were great, that I do have to say. But like the main dish, well, at least mine wasn't that great. It was fine, but traditional food just always wins, man.
Always. But look, downtown Miami, Brickell, all of it, it's still been really fun, really good to see. So I'm glad we got to do that with you guys. But next stop is going to be South Beach. So the inevitable has happened. We've been talking about it for the past couple of days, and the rain has finally ruined our plans.
Well, not ruined.
Not ruined, but we were supposed to go to South Beach today. We were supposed to show you guys some of the things that you can go do, see, and eat over in South Beach, but unfortunately we got rained out.
Which is all right. So we have an alternative plan for you guys. So we decided to go get groceries, and we're gonna make a ceviche, and we have leftover wine that we didn't use, so we're gonna make a makeshift sangria and ceviche.
Yes, a very Latin inspired meal, you know, since we're in Miami. We're just gonna stay at home, have a nice meal. We have a flight tomorrow morning at
very early.
Yeah, very early. So we actually have to leave the Airbnb at 4 o'clock in the morning. So probably even better for us to just chill at home and have a meal here.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of citrus. Most of the citrus will be for the ceviche. So it takes about, I want to say 10 to 15 lemons and limes and oranges, depending on what you want to do. I do add a little bit of oranges for a little bit of sweetness, since I will be using mango as well. Not everyone adds mango to a ceviche, but I like it because I like a little bit of sweetness. So I'm also adding avocado and Roma tomatoes. And we're gonna try and make a sangria with the leftover white wine that we have. If you have leftover wine, just try to make a punch or a sangria out of it. Usually like after 3 days it kind of goes off where it's a little bit tart, but don't throw out your wine. Even with red wine you can do the same thing. Ginger ale, usually brandy, but I don't have. And sugar, which I won't be adding any sugar, just a lot of citrus, and we'll see how it goes. We almost forgot, so we do have the shrimp. So these were previously frozen shrimp, so I rinsed them out and just gonna chop them up, and we'll get to curing them soon. Because we are in an Airbnb, there's only one chopping board. So I went ahead and washed it after I diced up the shrimp. And now I'm gonna go ahead and dice up the vegetables.
Flavors.
So I'm making the sangria now. So I'm just squeezing citrus. I'm using oranges, lemons, and limes. We don't have a pitcher, so I'm not sure how we're gonna do it, but we do have a plastic bucket, so I think I'm gonna use that. We shall figure it out. So I have 2 types of wine. So one is a Moscato, and then it was a good white wine, but we left it open for about 3 days, so yeah. All of the citrus that I squeezed out. And if you have like apples and stuff like that, you can definitely add that in. I don't, so I won't be doing that. And I always finish it off with ginger ale. So a tip is, if you don't have ice, put everything in the freezer for a bit and don't need the ice. And then after this, I'm gonna put it right back in the freezer for a little bit and then we can drink it. Before I squeezed all of the lemons, oranges, and limes, I did cut off a few circles. So I usually just pop those in. And they also make cool decorations on the glass, make it look really pretty. And that's it. So this is the end result. I'm gonna try it now. Hopefully it's not so bad. It's actually really good, and it's not strong because I left the brandy or scotch or whatever it is that you want to put in there, so it's not too bad.
All right, awesome. Cheers.
Cheers. So we're all done, and we're about to eat because it's so late. It took a while for it to actually cure, but you will be able to find this recipe at hispanicish.com.
All right, so now that the ceviche is done, it is dinner time. That's pretty much a wrap for Miami. As I mentioned, we're gonna be heading off at 4 o'clock in the morning, headed to the airport, catching a very, very early flight. So next time you see us, we'll be in
Mexico.
Ciudad de Mexico. See you guys there.
See you soon.